We're back on The Chef You and I with Marie Dunaway and myself, Kathryn Raaker. And one of the things while we're waiting for this to boil, it's almost there, I want to talk to you about Christmas in the Philippines. So let's talk about it.
Okay.
Tell me what you eat. I see fruit, I see clementines, I see all kinds of wonderful apples and grapes and cheese. So let's talk about it. What happens in the Philippines at Christmas time?
Happiest time of the year.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, especially for kids.
Okay.
And Christmas time, that's where we would have treat ourselves to the expensive fruits that are not native to the Philippines, like
So you have
the
to ship them in?
They have to buy it from the store instead of just going to the market for it, like the red grapes and the red apples.
Right.
Unless you live in the colder climate areas in the mountains, you don't really just get that all the time,
Right.
And we would have ham and cheese and even the leche flan, the creme brulee. But it's not all about the gifts. It's all about the food. And when we gather around the table after the midnight mass,
Right.
that's my favorite part. That's when my mom would cook all the
Your favorite foods.
yeah, like spaghetti with that Betty spaghetti kind of thing, and her fruit salad. And then we would have the chicken noodle soup and all the fruit.
Wow, that would be exciting.
Yeah.
Now, do you decorate your trees, or do you do that kind of thing?
Yeah, but not till the 16th. We're not in a hurry. And like here, I mean,
Here, they start at Thanksgiving.
yeah, or even after Halloween. And
Right.
we don't use pine trees, of course. we don't cut down trees. We just use the artificial trees.
Artificial trees.
Because it's really kind of warm over there. I mean,
So-
if you call 50 degrees warm or
Right.
even
you know,
60.
but what's
It's kinda
funny? I used to
warm.
live in Singapore.
It was
and
kinda
we had-
balmy.
Yeah, balmy. We're talking about like 80 or 90
But
at
we would
Christmas.
but we would wear sweaters when we go to
Right.
the midnight mass because we just want to wear sweaters,
Right, right.
Yeah,
So, well, the cool thing about living in Asia is that the customs are a little bit different, right? What do you do on Christmas Eve?
Go to church.
Go to church, and then you have a meal after that.
Yeah, it's called Noche Buena. Noche Buena, which means good night, because after coming from the mass, what we do, we would open our presents under the tree, which may not be a lot, but we would open our presents and then we would eat.
Right.
And then we could stay up. I like that. When I was growing up,
You
we could
know-
stay up because it's Christmas Eve.
Do you know what they do in Spain on Christmas Eve? They do fireworks.
Oh, we do that New Year's Eve.
I know, but they do fireworks then.
Oh, okay, like 4th of
Right.
July. Yeah.
Like 4th of July.
Over here.
Now, this is boiling. Should I put the radishes in now?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the best time to boil them
Okay,
up.
let's do that.
And another
And
tough.
the beans,
Yeah, because they're kind of tough.
they're kind of tough, huh?
Yeah, it will take about 40 minutes.
Okay, 40
or,
minutes.
Or until tender, depending how hot
Okay,
your
let me do this.
skillet is.
Well, this looks beautiful, actually. So you don't cut them or anything. You just put them in a hole.
No, you just
Oh,
as
okay.
is.
That looks beautiful.
Yes.
And then when do you put your peppers in?
Oh, you could put it in now. Put them all now. We could all dump them all in.
4 peppers.
I always put 2.
2. Do you want me to take the stem off?
Nah.
No. Okay.
Because if you
All
put,
right.
if you take the stem off, it's going to open a hole.
It's going to open the hole.
Yeah, you don't want
And
you
we
don't want
that
too
to
much. You
happen,
don't
right?
want too much.
Okay.
Then carefully, or
Okay.
you could put all the tomato
All the
juice
tomatoes in?
That would
Okay.
put a lot of color in there. Look at that, Christmas colors.
Oh,
Red,
these are
green.
beautiful. And white.
White,
Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I can't wait to taste this.
Yeah, it's a good comfort food
Yeah.
when it's a rainy day.
And it's a rainy day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it doesn't rain in December in Philippines.
What happens in December? Tell me about December. I'm not sure because I haven't been to the Philippines yet.
It's just 50 degrees at the lowest.
The
Yeah,
lowest.
at the lowest.
Now, what part of the Philippines are you from, Maria? Again,
I live in the city.
in the city.
Yeah, I live in the city, which is not really that cold anymore with all the lights. Everybody would decorate their houses too, just like here.
Okay, just like here. It's just
It,
the same.
it really depends on how much.
Do you want the
you're
juice
willing
in
to
there
do it.
too?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
All
Don't
right,
waste
then we'll put that
anything.
over here.
Okay.
All
And then
right.
like the tamarind, I was talking to you earlier about how my mom, when my mom would actually get the actual tamarind and squeeze the heck out of it until the juice comes out. Boil it and then squeeze the juice out of it. That takes all day.
Yeah.
Over here, we just pour the mix.
Just pour it in.
And you could find this mix in every Asian store.
Oh, wow.
Or
It smells
international
delicious.
store. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah. My
really.
husband uses an extra bag.
He does?
Yeah, but we'll just use one bag.
We're going to use one bag.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to cover this.
Make it cook faster.
It will cook faster. So just a moment. I need to get the lid for that. If somebody would, an assistant would give us the lid, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
So about 40 minutes, it
40
will all be
minutes?
tender.
Okay, we're going to leave that on there. Now, what are you going to do with the spinach?
I'll put that in last before serving it.
Right.
Because,
Because it gets wilted.
and you lose the color right away.
Right,
Like the
right.
one that I made for you. I just keep adding it on as it cooks because, spinach is really thin.
Now, do you serve it with rice?
Oh, yeah. I mean, some people can't live without rice. But this one, I would recommend rice because it just makes you feel fuller, and then you got something to drizzle it with,
And we're going to show that in a minute or two. We're going to take a real tiny short break, and we're going to show you the finished product, and we're going to continue to make this for you, so you can take it home to your family.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Your husband will love that. So
Yeah.
we'll take a little break, and we'll be right back, and we'll show you the finished product. We're back on the Chef You and I with Maria Dunaway and myself, Kathryn Raaker, and this is the sour pork stew. And in the Philippines, how is that pronounced?
It's pork sinigang.
Pork sinigang. And so here's the dish itself, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. If you can get that on camera, I'd really appreciate that.
It smells really good.
It does, and it's
savory, sour,
gosh.
spicy.
Savory, sour, and spicy. And if you want to try something different, we're going to have the recipe up on our Chef You and I site, and you can print it out now, which makes it really nice. So I'm going to serve some of this to you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, let me have your dish.
Okay.
All right. Now, do you want the juice in here as well or not?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could put it over the rice. It's okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will. Over the rice?
Yeah. Oh, I don't want the pepper. Just leave the pepper in there.
You don't want the pepper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just for spicing things up. And then it's up to you. You could also
Right.
put more salt into it, or pepper, or put some fish sauce into it if you want it salty.
We're going to try it with the fish sauce. Okay, so here's your portion. Is that good?
Yeah, and I'm going to put a little bit of the fish sauce on it just to add some
I love
tang to it.
spinach.
Yeah.
I love spinach.
Oh, yeah, spinach. And since we put it in last, we
Yeah.
keep the color in there.
Oh, yeah, you do. Let's try them.
And then every time you reheat it, because
Right.
it's going to last for another day or so, you could just keep adding more spinach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the spinach really boils down
Okay,
real
so I'm
quick,
going to put the top on here.
yeah.
And we're going to try it. I'm going
Okay.
to tell you what I think. Okay? I've never tried this before, right? This is our first.
No.
Let's see. Can I use some of this fish sauce?
Not salty enough for you?
No. I'm really bad at this.
Yeah.
It's spicy. You can taste the spice. Whoa. So I now know why you don't cut the peppers.
And why we only use one packet.
I really like it. It's actually very delicious.
Lots of fiber.
I mean, the pork is so tender.
Thank you for giving me the pork.
You know, I buy it.
It's a lot of pork you
I
gave
bought
me.
a lot of pork because I buy loins, and you can get them on sale, and they're just so easy to do. You know what I mean? So this would be so wonderful. Now, do you serve this could you serve this at Christmas time? Would you?
Yeah, just bring the whole crock pot to the...
Right.
I mean, if you're going to a party, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is one of the favored foods in the Philippines, right?
Yes, especially on rainy days.
Rainy
I
days.
never see this served during the summer months.
You don't. Well,
too
because
hot.
it's the heat. It's the heat in
It
it.
makes you hot, you know?
Yeah. But it's a perfect winter time, rainy day, like
Rainy
you
day.
said, food.
Yeah.
So let's go over some of the ingredients again, if you don't mind, and then we'll have this up on the website. So you need 2 pounds of pork belly or pork loin. A bunch of spinach or kangkong,
Yeah, that's the watercress.
the watercress.
Or bok choy if you
Bok
wanna
choy,
use-
right?
Any
That
kind
would-
of green you
Oh
want.
yeah, bok choy would be great in here.
Yeah, anything green as long as you want put more veggies. It's
Right.
up to you.
One bunch of string beans,
string
cut in
beans.
2-inch lengths. 3 tablespoons of fish sauce, and that's optional, right?
Yeah, it's optional.
Two medium-sized tomatoes, quartered. 3 pieces of chili or banana and jalapeno
Oh, we
pepper.
only put 2. Yeah.
2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. 1 tablespoon of cooking oil, 8 cups of water, 1 large onion sliced, and we used red onion.
Yeah.
And 2 pieces, or 2 or 1 big, large taro,
Right.
white radish.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 1 package of tamarind.
Tamarind mix.
Mix.
Or they also come in a powder in a jar if you want to get that
Okay.
instead.
All right. So that's, and then you just saute and garlic your garlic and onion. Add the pork and cook until it's no longer pink. Pour in the water and bring to a boil. Add the radish and tomatoes and simmer for 40 minutes or until the pork is tender. Add in the powdered mix and chili. Add the string beans and other choice of veggies and simmer for 8 to 5 minutes. Put in the spinach last. And we actually put the stuff in.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to do it. And you know what? It came out just as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, you'll find this recipe up on the chefuandI.com, and I think we're going to take a break now, and we'll come back, and we're going to make what? We're going to make the dessert, and that is what?
The cassava cake.
The cassava cake. All right, we'll be right back on The Chef You and I with Maria Dunaway and Kathryn Raaker.